Welcome back. Let's talk commodities now. Manisha is now joining in for more on that. Manisha, what are you looking at today?
Well, I'm looking at EV as a market because we're looking at very strong numbers. The reports for 2025 has started to trickle in finally. And when you look at the overall EV battery metal index, that has surged toward 27-month highs. Everything that comprises of metals that are used in EV, the prices of that, after strong gains in 2025, have continued to gain in 2026 as well. So when you look at the raw material bill, well, that has been surging as well. Only for the month of December, it stood at a tall $2 billion for the first time, that is since 2023. And when you look at the overall 2025 as a market, that is up 13% on a year-on-year basis, gaining almost up to $15.8 billion there. Now, these are the various metals which are used in EV and the raw material itself, and the prices of these have continued to gain up. Lithium, for one, has been an outperformer, up 21% in this year so far. 4 to 5% of gains is what we are looking at in other metals like cobalt and magnesium as well. Nickel prices have gained up by 3% in the meanwhile. If you look at the overall EV global passenger market in 2025, well, that is estimated up by 20% versus 2024 therein. The global passenger EV market is likely to exceed 30 million units in 2025. And within this market, when you look at electric car market, that is expanded by 25% in the previous year. So very strong numbers coming in for this one. Let me remind you that China is a very strong market, on almost 80% of those numbers coming in from China, 12% from Europe, and the rest, of course, in the US, etc. The battery capacity deployment also has been on the stronger side. This is a report from Adamas Employment. Their estimates, they believe that 286 gigawatt is what we were looking at in 2020. 1 trillion is what we've crossed when it comes to 2025 therein. Take a look at the copper prices. That also is a strong EV component and a green energy revolution metal as well. And while we've seen prices decline 1% overnight, it also is down 15% from its record high in the month of January, when we saw 14,500 on LME and $6.5 on COMEX therein. The copper prices and the global exchanges also have continued to see a bit of a decline. But the important number to watch here is that the global exchanges, the stocks therein, is now 1 trillion tons. And this is the highest that we have seen in the last, pardon me, in 21 years. So the combined stock on US, in LME and Shanghai has continued to surge quite strongly there. In the meanwhile, the other market, pardon me, the other thing that you have to watch is the January copper smelting numbers. Those are the lowest in a decade. So what the street is looking at is that the new metal is not coming into the markets, and on the exchanges, warehouses, there is metal lying, which is the highest in last 10 or 15 years. So that is what is keeping the copper prices in the meanwhile in check.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thank you very much for that. That's Commodities in Focus. Time for a quick